start today the next chapter, domestic wiring. First, what are the factors? Here in domestic wirings, first topic we are learning about types of wiring. Before you get into the types of wiring, let us study what are the factors affecting the selection of wiring method. The first method, the method of wiring is to be adopted depends on various factors such as durability, safety, appearance, cost, and maintenance. Durability is the wiring scheme selected must be sufficiently durable. Safety means as there is a danger of losing life in case of electrical shock, the safety must be observed strictly while choosing wiring scheme. The wiring should be fully shock proof and leakage proof. Appearance, due to wiring scheme, the beauty of the house and premises should not get spoiled. Cost, the funds made available by the consumer should be considered before recommending particular type of wiring scheme. Maintenance, the maintenance of the wiring should be as minimum as possible. There should be scope for further extension of the wiring. Renewable of the wiring should be easily possible. The fuses, plugs should be easily accessible if at all maintenance is required. Coming to the types of wiring systems. Depending on the various factors, various types of wiring used in practice, cleared wiring, casing and capping wiring, surface conduit wiring, like that, so on. First of all, let us discuss about cleared wiring. You can look at the cleared wiring diagram on the screen. In this type, wires are clamped between porcelain cleats. The cleats are made up of two holes. One off is grooved through which wire passes while the other fits over the first. The whole assembly is then mounted on the wall or wooden beam with the help of screws. The lower half of the porcelain cleared is known as base having grooves for conductors while the upper half is known as cap that is shown in the diagram. What are the advantages of this cleared wiring? This method is one of the cheapest method. It is most suitable for temporary work. It can be very quickly installed. It can be recovered without any damage of material. Inspection and changes can be made very easily. Erection does not require skilled labor. What are the disadvantages of cleared wiring? This method doesn't give attractive appearance. After some time, due to sagging at some places, it looks shabby. Dust and dirt collects on the clears. The wires are directly exposed to atmospheric conditions like moisture, chemical fumes, etc. Hence, it is very, very dangerous. Maintenance cost is very high. Next, let us come to the casing wire. Casing capping. You can look at the diagram there. Second one, casing and capping. In this method, casing is a rectangular strip made from teak wood or nowadays made up of PVC. It has two grooves into which the wires are laid. Then casing is covered with a rectangular strip of wood or PVC of the same width called capping. The capping is screwed into casing by means of screws fixed at every 15 centimeter. The casing is fixed to the walls and apart from it by 3.5 mm with the help of porcelain discs or clears. This type of wiring is normally adopted for voltages up to 250 volts. It is most commonly used in domestic wiring installations. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this type of wiring? Good protection to the conductors from dangerous atmospheric conditions. Neat and clean appearance. Its installation is easy compared to some other methods of wiring. What are the disadvantages? In case of wooden casing capping, there is high risk of fire. The requirement of skilled labor for the installation. The method is quite costly. Next comes surface wiring. In this type of wiring, the wooden battens are fixed on the surface of the wall by means of screws and roll flux. That roll plugs. You can see that in the diagram. The metal clips are provided with the battens at regular intervals. The wire runs on the batten and it is clamped on the batten using the metal clips. If the wire used is tough rubber sheath, then it is called TRS wiring. While if the wire used is cap tire sheathed, then it is called CTS wiring. This type of wiring is cheap and can be used in residential wiring. So advantages are it has good appearance, simple to erect, cheaper in cost, it provides protection against fire, high temperature, etc. What are the disadvantages of it? Wires are always exposed to atmosphere and hence subjected to dust, dirt, fumes, and other dangerous atmospheric conditions. Bending and breaking of batten, and hence the wires may occur after some time. These are all the few disadvantages to list. Next comes conduit wiring. In this method, metallic tubes called as conduits are used to run the wires. You can look at the diagram there. It gives full mechanical protection to the wires. This is most desirable for workshops and public buildings. Depending on whether the conduits are laid inside the walls or supported on the walls, there are two types of conduit wiring. The first one is surface conduit wiring. Second one is concealed conduit wiring. The conduits are made up of mild steel, which is annealed so that it can be bent without breaking. The standard length of conduit is generally 4 meters. The conduits are threaded at both the ends with one coupler attached. Based on the outer diameter, various sizes of conduits from 12 mm to 63 mm are available. The conduits are supplied with black enamel coating on its internal and external surface. The conduits are to be erected completely before laying any cable in it. The rigid conduits are always terminated at outlets into a box which may be round, square, or octagonal. These boxes are used to provide connections for lights, fans, heaters, etc. and are called outlet boxes. Inspection boxes are used to facilitate the pulling of conductors, while junction boxes are used to house the junction of the conductors. This is about conduit wiring. So like that, even metal sheathed wiring is also there. That is actually it's not that important, but in this type of wiring, vulcanized India rubber conductors covered with lead alloy sheet are also used. It is similar to CTS or TRS wiring. So this is about different wiring schemes. In the domestic wiring, the various appliances actually in this type of domestic, all these type what all we have covered now will be used for domestic purpose, domestic wirings. So that completes types of wiring.